What's going on, guys? Marshall Breakdowns here. Today I'm going to be breaking down the technique of the wrestler I've gotten the more requests from than any other, three-time world champion and 2016 Olympic champion, Hassan Yazdani of Iran. Before we get started, if you take something away from this video and you want to see more breakdowns and technique videos on wrestling, jiu-jitsu, and MMA, give this video a thumbs up and hit subscribe so you can stay up to date with all my future uploads. Now, let's get into it. In this first clip from the 2018 Worlds against David Taylor, I want to highlight Yazdani's high awareness and coordination to defend a chest wrap. As Taylor and Yazdani break contact, Taylor circles to Yazdani's right, and just as he reaches to tie up again, Yazdani drops his level and penetrates on a low double. As David sprawls and circles to defend, Yazdani keeps driving in and attempts to recapture the second leg to finish the double. Watch the awareness here. As Taylor attempts to counter by locking around the chest and dropping his weight back to hit a chest wrap throw, Yazdani does a couple things. First, look at his left knee. He's no longer driving in, he's using that knee to stop his forward momentum. Next, he extends his arms, first as a counterbalance and next as a post. As he posts his hands to the mat, he's able to keep his weight back just long enough that Taylor's lock slides down to his collarbone, and he loses the leverage required to finish the throw. Next, we'll look at his match against Dake of India in the 2021 Asian Championship Finals, which was essentially an offensive wrestling clinic on Yazdani's part. In this first clip, Yazdani uses a classic elbow post entry. Now, almost every time you see this setup being taught, it's for a high crotch, and it seems that's what Punia was expecting as he reacts by picking up the same side leg. Yazdani, though, is going for the far ankle. He captures it, and Punia is forced to turn away and try to kick out. Yazdani simply captures the other leg, stays behind him, and follows to get the 2 points. In this next clip, Yazdani is keeping the pressure on Dake, really selling his fakes and keeping his opponent guessing. He uses the same setup again, but this time going for the knee pick. He puts his rear hand on the hip to drive Punia over, and Punia posts his hand to the mat to stop the knee pick. Yazdani adjusts though and cuts the corner, forcing Punia to belly out and give up the takedown. When they return to the center, Punia immediately ties him up with a collar tie and a shoulder post. Watch how Yazdani clears this with an elbow off, and at the exact same time, he picks the near ankle. A key to this elbow off entry is to create a flat plane for your opponent's hand to slide off. Notice how Yazdani's taking his ear to his shoulder. Most people tend to try and duck under the arm, which not only telegraphs the technique, but wastes time and energy. Remember, ear to shoulder and push the elbow across to clear the collar tie, and you'll immediately have an opening to attack as you're already past the head and hands. Once he picks up the ankle, Yazdani moves the leg in front of him and takes a scoop grip under Punia's thigh. He then drives in, forcing Punia to post his hands on the mat, where he picks up the second leg to score the takedown. In this last clip, Dake changes levels and takes an angle to try to create an opening. Notice Yazdani doesn't wait for him to try and recover position. He takes full advantage of Punia's current positional weakness and immediately attempts to capture the ankle. As Punia gets back to his feet, Yazdani clears the collar tie with another elbow off, and watch this. Several things happen at once. Yazdani takes a step back, setting his power leg, and he reaches high to fake the tie up. Next, he changes his level and shoots just as Punia is committing to the step with his lead foot. He penetrates to the high crotch and immediately rotates up to his feet. He then switches to a head inside and drives in with his shoulder, but Punia manages to turn down and kick out. Yazdani wastes no time and capitalizes again on Punia's weak position on his knees, bull rushing him and driving him over his base, forcing him to belly out and give up the final takedown of the match. That's all for this video, guys. We got to see several good takedown setups and entries. In the future, I'll have more videos on guys like Yazdani and others like Sadulaev. If you have a wrestler or a fighter you want me to do a breakdown on in the future, or a technique you want me to cover, let me know in the comments below. And lastly, if you took something away from this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. As always though, guys, thanks for watching and good luck training.